This is the story of a lady who fell in love with a perfect gentleman, but unknown to her, she was in love with a ritualist. And soon, no one was coming to save her except for her childhood friends who would not give up on their sister no matter the odds.
Well, well. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you need to subscribe.
Some friendships feel like family, the kind forged through years of shared secrets, laughter, and loyalty. That was the kind of bond Jumoke, Gloria, and Joy had. They met in their first year at the University of Lagos. Jumoke was the bold one, the type who spoke her mind and feared nothing. Gloria was the gentle soul, soft-spoken, always smiling, hopelessly romantic. And Joy? Joy was the glue, the quiet observer, the one who kept the peace between the other two. From the very first day, the three of them clicked. They became inseparable, eating together, attending classes together, helping one another through heartbreaks and triumphs. Where one went, the other two followed. Even after graduation, they remained close. Life took them in different directions. Jumoke started a thriving catering business, Joy worked in corporate communications, and Gloria opened a small fashion boutique in Acacia. Yet they met almost every weekend for brunches, movie nights, or spontaneous trips out of town. "We're sisters, not just friends," Gloria would always say. "Nothing can break us." And for a long time, nothing did. Until Jerry. It was a warm Saturday afternoon when everything began to change. The three friends attended a birthday party at a high-end lounge in Lekki. The place buzzed with music, laughter, and the scent of expensive perfume. That was where Gloria first met Jerry. Tall, dark, handsome, dressed in a designer suit that whispered money. Jerry had a smile that could melt steel and eyes that seemed to see straight through you. From across the room, Gloria locked eyes with him. The moment felt electric. "Excuse me," she whispered to her friends, smoothing her dress and walking toward him. Jumoke and Joy exchanged glances. "Ah, this one no wahala," Jumoke muttered. Minutes turned into an hour. Gloria returned, cheeks flushed. "His name is Jerry. He's so amazing," she gushed. Her friends listened with polite smiles, but alarm bells rang in their minds. Jerry's reputation preceded him. He was known in Lagos circles as a womanizer, a heartbreaker with no conscience. After the party, Joy tried to be subtle. "You know, I've heard things about this Jerry guy. Just be careful, Gloria." "Oh, please," Gloria laughed. "People always say bad things about good men. I can tell Jerry is different." Jumoke wasn't so gentle. "Babe, I don't like him. That guy is a player. Don't fall for him, I beg." But Gloria had already fallen. In the weeks that followed, Jerry and Gloria's relationship moved at lightning speed. Dinners at expensive restaurants, surprise gifts, weekend getaways. Gloria was swept off her feet. "I think he's the one," she told her friends one evening, eyes shining. Jumoke rolled her eyes. "You don't even know him yet." "You're just jealous," Gloria teased. The words stung. Joy spoke gently. "We're not jealous. We just don't want you to get hurt." "I won't," Gloria said firmly. "Jerry loves me, and I love him. That's all that matters." Her mind was made up. But for Jumoke and Joy, a storm was brewing. And deep down, they knew their perfect trio was about to be tested like never before. For the next few weeks, Jerry became all Gloria could talk about. "Jerry took me to Sky Restaurant. The view from the rooftop was amazing. Jerry bought me this necklace, pure gold. Jerry says he's never met anyone like me before." At first, Jumoke and Joy smiled and nodded, trying to be happy for their friend. But deep down, they were worried. Something about the way Gloria spoke, the way her eyes lit up when she mentioned Jerry, felt obsessive. They tried to stay supportive. After all, what else could they do? Then came the first dinner. One rainy Friday night, Jerry invited all three of them to dinner at a fancy spot in Victoria Island. He wanted to get to know Gloria's best friends, he said. Gloria was over the moon. "See, he's serious about me. He wants us all to be one big family." But from the moment they arrived at the restaurant, Jumoke and Joy sensed something off. Jerry was charming. His smile seemed rehearsed. His words felt empty. Throughout the dinner, he barely looked at Gloria. Instead, his eyes lingered a little too long on Jumoke's curves and on Joy's lips. His compliments felt loaded, his laughter forced. Later, Gloria's phone rang and someone was calling. "I'll be right back," she said, excusing herself to take the call outside. "So, how long have you girls been single?" he asked, his voice low and playful. Jumoke's eyes hardened. "Not your concern," she snapped. Joy forced a polite smile. "We're good, thank you." Jerry chuckled. "Relax, I'm just being friendly. You ladies look stunning tonight," he said, eyes twinkling as he leaned back in his chair. "I must say, Gloria has good taste in friends." The girls exchanged uneasy glances. He leaned forward, resting his elbows on the table, voice dropping low. "Honestly, I've been wanting a moment like this. You two are something else." Jumoke narrowed her eyes. "Excuse me?" "Come on, relax," he chuckled. "I mean, Gloria is beautiful, but if I had met either of you first, who knows?" Joy's mouth tightened. "Jerry, you should respect your girlfriend, especially when she trusts you." Jerry laughed softly. "It's just harmless talk. You women are too uptight sometimes. Look, you both have this energy about you. It's tempting." He looked Jumoke straight in the eye. "You, Jumoke, you strike me as a firecracker. I like that." Then he turned to Joy. "And you. So calm, so mysterious. I bet there's a wild side in there somewhere." Jumoke's fists clenched under the table. "Listen very well," she said coldly. "We are Gloria's friends. You need to watch your mouth." "Relax now," Jerry smirked. "No harm done. Just saying what's on my mind." At that moment, Gloria returned, smiling. "Did I miss anything?" "Not a thing," Joy said flatly, shooting Jerry a glare. For the rest of the dinner, Jumoke and Joy said little, watching, observing. By the time they left, Jumoke was fuming. "That guy is a bastard," she hissed once they were alone. "Gloria needs to hear this." "She won't believe us," Joy replied. "But we have to try." The dinner incident weighed heavily on Jumoke and Joy. They couldn't stop replaying Jerry's words, the way he had leaned in with that sly grin, testing their boundaries. "We need to talk to her again," Jumoke said 2 days later as they sat in her kitchen. "This is bigger than just being friendly. That man is dangerous." "She won't listen," Joy sighed. "Not now. She's in too deep. If we push too hard, we might lose her completely." And that was exactly what started to happen. In the weeks that followed, Gloria pulled away from them. Subtle at first, cancelled brunches, unanswered calls, delayed replies to texts. "Sorry, babes. Jerry whisked me away to EPE for the weekend." Girls, I was so tired after spending the whole day with Jerry. Let's reschedule." It was like she was under a spell, every waking moment consumed by him. Meanwhile, stories about Jerry kept floating their way. Friends of friends whispered. Colleagues in the industry gossiped. "That Jerry guy? He dey knack that new Babe Way Day model for Eco Fashion Weeko. I saw him at Cubana last Friday, with another girl on his lap." The evidence piled up, but Gloria refused to hear it. One rainy evening, the girls gathered their courage and confronted her again. "Gloria, this isn't jealousy. We've heard too much about Jerry. He's cheating." "Multiple times," Jumoke said firmly. "We love you," Joy added. "Please, just open your eyes." But Gloria only smiled faintly. There was a new emptiness in her eyes, a stubborn wall they couldn't penetrate. "I know Jerry isn't perfect," she said softly. "But who is? I love him, and I believe my love can change him." "Babe, love can't change a chronic cheat," Jumoke snapped. "You're setting yourself up for heartbreak." "That's my choice to make," Gloria replied coldly. "I'm tired of defending my relationship to you both. If you can't be happy for me, maybe we shouldn't talk about Jerry anymore." Silence hung in the room like smoke. Joy blinked back tears. "We're only trying to protect you." "Then trust me," Gloria said. "Jerry loves me, and I love him. End of story." After that conversation, things were never the same. Gloria stopped answering their calls as often. She skipped their usual movie nights. The weeks turned into months, and with each passing day, Gloria drifted further away. Her boutique, once bustling with customers and creativity, now sat half empty. The staff whispered that Madame Donde forget the shop, oh. Jerry had convinced her to stay home more. He wanted her available always. "Baby, why stress yourself?" he would purr. "You don't need all that hustle. I can take care of everything you need." At first, Gloria resisted. But slowly the words sank in. She started cancelling meetings, postponing deliveries, skipping supplier runs. "You girls don't understand," she told Jumoke and Joy one afternoon when they tried again to pull her out for lunch. "Jerry wants me to rest. I've worked hard enough." "You're giving up everything you built for a man who can't even stay faithful for 1 month," Jumoke fired back. "You're being unfair," Gloria said, her voice tense. "He loves me. He's trying to protect me." "From what, your own life?" Joy asked softly. Gloria didn't reply. She looked out the window, her eyes distant. The worst part wasn't the drifting, it was the lies. Gloria had started lying to them. One Friday night, they invited her to a spa day, just the three of them, like old times. "I can't," she said over the phone. "I'm sick. Bad flu." But later that night, a video surfaced on Instagram stories Jerry and Gloria at a private yacht party, dancing under the stars. Jumoke threw her phone down. "You see, even now she's lying to us." "He's isolating her," Joy said quietly. "It's how men like that operate. Cut her off from her support system, so she depends on him alone." But what really broke them was the gaslighting. One Sunday after church, Gloria invited them to her place. The three of them sat on her plush white couch, awkward silence between them. Then Jerry entered, cool, casual, arrogant. "Ah, my lovely sisters-in-law," he greeted with a smirk, sitting beside Gloria and throwing an arm around her. "Hope my baby hasn't been telling you any nonsense." Jumoke bristled. "What nonsense would that be?" Jerry grinned. "You know now she worries too much about things that aren't real. All these so-called rumors about me. People will always hate when they see a happy couple." Gloria looked down, silent. Joy spoke carefully. "But Jerry, the rumors are everywhere. Don't you think—" Joy, you too. I thought you were the level-headed one," he cut in, laughing. "I love this woman. I would never disrespect her. All these haters online, jealous people." Then he leaned close to Gloria's ear, speaking just loud enough for the others to hear. "You see, even your friends don't trust me. But I'm the only one who truly loves you." Gloria nodded, almost robotically. When the girls left, Jumoke was shaking with rage. "He's manipulating her right in front of us." "And she's falling for it," Joy whispered, her heart breaking. That night, both friends sat together, sleepless. "We have to find a way to reach her," Jumoke said, "before this man destroys her completely." But deep inside, both feared the truth. Jerry's grip was already tightening. The first big betrayal didn't creep in like a shadow. It came like a thunderclap. A public disgrace. It was a bright Saturday afternoon when the news broke. Jumoke was at a client's wedding, styling a dessert table, when her phone buzzed, a message from a mutual friend. "You need to see this video, Jerry. It has finally happened." Attached was a video, grainy, but clear enough. Jerry, in a club, kissing a woman passionately, hands all over her. But what sent a chill through Jumoke's spine wasn't the act, it was the woman. Sandra, Gloria's so-called best friend from church. The same Sandra who had sat at brunches with them, who had prayed with Gloria for God's blessings on her relationship. Jumoke gasped. Her hands shook. She immediately forwarded the video to Joy. Moments later, Joy called, her voice tight. "I just saw it. Jumoke, it's Sandra, of all people." "We have to tell her now," Jumoke said. They knew Gloria deserved to hear it from them first, not through the Lagos gossip vine. By evening, they arrived at Gloria's apartment, their hearts pounding. She opened the door, looking exhausted. Her eyes were swollen. She had already seen it. "Come in," she whispered. The living room was a mess, tissue papers. Her phone shattered on the floor. Gloria herself looked broken, her face pale and empty. She didn't wait for them to speak. "It's true," she choked out. "He cheated with Sandra, of all people." Tears streamed down her face. Jumoke rushed forward, holding her. "You didn't deserve this. You hear me? You did not deserve this." Joy sat beside her, holding her hand. "Let it out. We're here for you." Gloria sobbed into Jumoke's arms. "How could he, after everything, after all my prayers, after all my sacrifices?" Her friends said nothing. What could they say? This was the moment they had feared, and yet it still cut like a knife. For hours they stayed by her side. No lectures, no "I told you so," just presence, just love. By midnight, Gloria finally stopped crying, her voice hoarse. "I'm done," she whispered. "I can't take this anymore. He doesn't love me." "Good," Jumok said firmly. "Let this be the end. You deserve so much better." "We'll help you through this," Joy added softly. They left that night thinking Gloria had finally seen the light. But Jerry wasn't finished. 2 days later, Jumok's phone rang. It was Gloria. "He came to see me," she said in a low voice. "What?" Jumok shouted. "Tell me you didn't let him in." He begged. He cried. He said it was a mistake. He swore on his mother's grave that it was just the alcohol, that he loves me and only me. Jumok felt sick. "Gloria, please, don't do this." I love him," Gloria whispered. "I can't imagine my life without him. Maybe this time, things will be different." Joy was devastated when she heard. She forgave him. "Yes," Jumok said bitterly. She took him back. They sat in silence, hearts heavy. For Jumok and Joy, the betrayal wasn't just Jerry's passion. It was also the slow betrayal of their friendship, the feeling that no matter how hard they tried, they were losing their sister to a man who would destroy her. And for Gloria, the worst was yet to come. 3 weeks after the Sandra scandal, Gloria was back in Jerry's arms like nothing had happened. Jumok couldn't believe her ears when she heard it. She had been in the middle of preparing small chops for an event when the text came in from Joy. She took him back. He's back in her apartment. Jumoke dropped the puff-puff she was frying and stormed outside to call Gloria. "You did what?" she demanded. "Jumoke, please. Don't shout," Gloria said weakly on the phone. "I know how it sounds, but Jerry really meant his apology this time. The man cheated with your friend, disgraced you publicly, and you're telling me he meant it." "He cried," Gloria said. "For hours. He said it was a mistake, that Sandra seduced him, that he was drunk. I could see the regret in his eyes." Jumok laughed bitterly. "The regret in his eyes? Gloria, this is the 3rd time. What will it take for you to see this man for what he is?" There was a long silence on the line. Then Gloria whispered, "I love him, Jumok. I don't know how to stop." Jumok ended the call without another word. Joy tried a gentler approach. She invited Gloria to lunch the next day, hoping to reach her heart calmly. "Why do you keep forgiving him?" she asked as they sat at a quiet cafe in Yaba. "What are you afraid of?" Gloria stirred her smoothie slowly. "I'm not afraid," she replied. "I just believe in love. People make mistakes. My parents taught me that when you love someone, you fight for them." Joy sighed. "But who's fighting for you?" Gloria didn't answer. Joy leaned in. "You're losing yourself. This isn't the Gloria we grew up with, the woman who used to light up a room. Now she walks like a ghost." Tears welled up in Gloria's eyes. "I know, but when he holds me, when he says I'm the only one who matters, I feel like maybe I can fix him." "Love is not repair work, Gloria," Joy said softly. "It's partnership. And Jerry is not your partner. He's your poison." But the words bounced off the wall Gloria had built around herself, a wall of hope, fantasy, and desperation. That night, Jumok and Joy sat on a video call together, their faces tired and heavy. "What do we do now?" Joy asked. "It's like she's addicted to him." "We stop talking about him," Jumok said. "We focus on her. We stay close so that when the next crash comes, because it will, we'll be there to catch her." Joy nodded. "Even if she hates us for it," she added. Meanwhile, in her apartment, Gloria lay in bed beside Jerry. He was fast asleep, his chest rising and falling rhythmically. His phone buzzed on the nightstand. Temptation tugged at her. She picked it up. One message preview flashed across the locked screen. "Last night was crazy. Can't stop thinking about it, Naya." Her throat tightened. Her fingers trembled. But instead of opening it, she dropped the phone back and curled herself around him. "Maybe he'll change," she whispered to herself. But deep down, even she didn't believe it anymore. By now, Jumok and Joy had stopped trying to convince Gloria. They had said all they could say, and still Gloria remained trapped in Jerry's web. Let's just be there for her, Joy told Jumoke one Saturday over brunch, even if it kills us inside to watch. Jumoke grunted. One day, that guy will mess up so badly she won't be able to pretend anymore. We just have to pray we're still around when it happens. But as the months passed, Jerry's arrogance only grew. He no longer hid his escapades. Photos of him clubbing in Abuja surfaced online. He was seen entering hotel rooms with models. New rumors about him began circulating in whispers, not just in Lagos, but now in Asaba, Enugu, even Port Harcourt. One day, Joy received a message from a former classmate who worked as an event planner. "Your friend's man dey knack my client's friend clear for camera sef." Attached was a CCTV clip from a hotel lobby. Jerry entering with a tall, fair-skinned woman in a red dress, hand on her waist, laughing. Joy forwarded the video to Jumoke. "This one, if Gloria forgives again, I'll wash my hands," Jumoke fumed. "We have to try one more time," Joy said. "She deserves the truth, even if it breaks her." The next evening, they both showed up at Gloria's apartment without warning. Jerry wasn't home. Gloria opened the door in an oversized shirt, her eyes tired. She looked thinner than before, her once vibrant aura dimmed. "We need to talk," Jumoke said firmly, pushing past her into the living room. Joy followed and pulled out her phone. "Gloria, please," she began softly. "We have something to show you. Just watch." She played the hotel clip. Gloria stared, frozen. Her breath quickened, her lips trembled, but then she swallowed hard and looked away. "This means nothing," she whispered. "Ah," Jumoke exploded. "Nothing. You're watching your so-called fiancé enter a hotel with another woman, and it means nothing." "It's not what you think," Gloria said flatly. "Jerry told me about that night. He said the girl was his business client's assistant. They were only meeting in the lounge." "In the lounge, Gloria? We're watching him enter a private room," Jumoke shouted. "Enough," Gloria stood up, her voice breaking. "I can't take this anymore. Every time you two come here, it's to tear down my relationship. I love him. That's my choice." Joy's eyes filled with tears. "We love you too. That's why we can't watch you destroy yourself." "Then maybe you shouldn't come anymore," Gloria whispered, her voice trembling. A thick silence filled the room. Jumoke stood. "You've changed, Gloria, and not for the better, but no matter how far you fall, we'll still be here when you wake up." Joy nodded through her tears. "We'll always be your sisters, remember that." They walked out of the apartment with heavy hearts. Behind them, Gloria sank to the floor, shaking, tears pouring down her face. She wanted to scream, to run, but the voice in her head whispered over and over, "He loves me, he will change. He loves me, he will change." And so, she stayed. It came out of nowhere. One rainy Wednesday morning, Joy was at work when her phone buzzed. It was a post on Instagram. She said yes. There it was, a photo of Jerry on one knee, sliding a diamond ring onto Gloria's finger. Her face was lit with joy, tears in her eyes. In the caption, "To the love of my life forever starts now." Joy gasped. She immediately called Jumoke. "Have you seen it?" "I just did," Jumoke replied, her voice sharp. "That madman proposed, and she said yes." They were both stunned. "She didn't even tell us," Joy whispered. "Because she knows we'd fight it," Jumoke said. "This is bad, Joy, real bad." The next day, Gloria sent them both a long voice note, her first communication in weeks. "I know you're both shocked. I wanted to tell you in person, but things moved fast. Jerry proposed, and I accepted. I love him, and I believe God will use this marriage to change him. I hope you'll support me. If you can't, I understand." Joy cried listening to it. "She thinks this is love," she said to Jumoke later. "She truly believes she can pray this man into a husband." "Pray?" Jumoke exploded. "The only thing Jerry respects is money and women, not God. So what do we do?" "We're going to the wedding," Jumoke said slowly. "We show up, we stand by her, because when this house of cards falls, and it will, she'll need us more than ever." Gloria, meanwhile, was swept into a whirlwind. Jerry insisted on a grand wedding. He wanted society to see him redeem himself by marrying the love of his life. "See, I'm serious about you now," he told her. But Gloria's heart still quivered with doubt, doubts she forced herself to silence with prayer. "God will change him," she whispered in the dark. "God will change him." In her mind, this wedding wasn't just about love. It was about hope, about proving everyone wrong, about saving Jerry and herself. But deep down, she knew she was wrong. The morning of the wedding dawned bright and clear, the kind of day that promised beauty and celebration. Lagos was alive with anticipation. Jerry and Gloria's wedding was the event of the season. The Grand Monarch Hall glittered with gold and white drapes. Crystal chandeliers hung from the ceiling, sparkling like 1,000 tiny suns. A red carpet stretched from the entrance to the altar, flanked by towering floral arrangements. Luxury cars lined the street. The guest list read like a who of the Lagos elite politicians, socialites, celebrities. Everything screamed perfection. But for Jumoke and Joy, it felt like attending a funeral in fine clothes. "You ready?" Joy asked as they stepped out of the car. "As ready as I'll ever be," Jumoke replied, straightening her dress. "Let's do this." They walked in together, heads held high, faces carefully composed. Inside, the hall buzzed with excitement. Camera flashes popped like fireworks. Guests whispered and gossiped. "I heard Jerry spent over 50 million on this wedding. Did you see the bride's dress? Custom, made from Italy. Shah, as long as he behaves after the wedding." The whispers stung. If only they knew. Jumoke muttered under her breath. Then the ceremony began. The music swelled, the massive doors opened. And there she was, Gloria. She looked stunning in an off-shoulder lace gown, a long veil trailing behind her. Her smile was bright, her makeup flawless. But her eyes told a different story. Joy grabbed Jumoke's hand. "She looks trapped," she whispered. "I see it too," Jumoke replied, her heart aching. Gloria walked down the aisle slowly, arm in arm with her uncle. Jerry stood waiting at the altar in an expensive white tuxedo, grinning like the cat that caught the canary. When Gloria reached him, he leaned in and whispered something. She nodded mechanically. The vows began. "Do you, Jerry, take Gloria to be your lawfully wedded wife?" "I do," he said confidently. "Do you, Gloria, take Jerry?" "I do," she whispered. When it was over, confetti rained from the ceiling. Applause filled the hall. The newlyweds kissed for the cameras, and Jumoke and Joy sat in silence. At the reception, the girls forced smiles, hugged Gloria, and took photos. "You both came," Gloria whispered as she hugged them tightly. Her voice trembled. "Thank you." "We'll always be here," Joy said softly, "no matter what." "You still have sisters," Jumoke added. "Remember that." Gloria blinked back tears. "I love you both so much." "And we love you," Joy whispered. Then Jerry called for her. "Baby, come dance," he shouted from across the hall. Gloria wiped her eyes quickly, smiled, and hurried toward him. As they watched her walk away, and with that, the two friends watched their sister disappear deeper into the arms of the man who would soon destroy her completely. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. Silence filled the void where friendship used to be. "I've called her 4 times this week," Joy said one afternoon, pacing Jumoke's living room. "No answer, no text, nothing." "Same here," Jumoke replied, scrolling through her phone. "Even WhatsApp, she hasn't been online in days. Her boutique is shut. No one's seen her since the wedding." "It's Jerry," Jumoke said darkly. "That man has locked her away." "I'll try visiting the house," Joy suggested. "Be careful," Jumoke warned. "That man seems dangerous." A few days later, Joy drove to Gloria's new home, a sprawling mansion in Lekki. Security guards stood tall at the gate. "I'm here to see Mrs. Gloria Jerry," she said politely. The guards exchanged looks. "Madam no dey see visitors for now," one said gruffly. "Please tell her Joy is here, her sister. Just tell her." The guards conferred again, then one disappeared inside. He returned 5 minutes later. "Madam say make we tell you she no day available." Joy's heart sank. "Please, just give her this," she begged, handing over a small note. The guard took it reluctantly. She waited in her car for an hour. No reply. Defeated, she drove away. Gloria's social media accounts were dark. Her old number stopped ringing. Friends who used to see her regularly reported nothing. It was as if she had vanished. Inside the mansion, Gloria lived in a different kind of silence. Jerry kept her close, too close. "You don't need your phone anymore," he had said sweetly after the wedding. "You don't need that boutique either. You're my wife now. You belong here." At first, she resisted. "But my friends..." "They're not your friends," Jerry had snapped. "They don't want what's best for you. They want to ruin us." And so, her world shrank. The days blurred together, cooking, cleaning, keeping up appearances. Nights were colder. Jerry came home late, reeking of perfume and alcohol. When she protested, he would smile coldly. "I married you. Be grateful." In the quiet hours of the night, Gloria lay awake staring at the ceiling, tears soaking her pillow. "God, what have I done?" As time passed, the silence from Gloria became unbearable. Jumoke and Joy no longer knew what to do. Every call went unanswered. Every message remained unread. Her boutique was empty, her number switched off. Then one random day, a message arrived that changed everything. Joy's cousin, Ifeoma, called her. "Auntie Joy, I saw your friend Gloria, oh." Joy's heart jumped. "Where?" "In Asaba. She and her husband, they live for one big house here now. I saw her at the supermarket last week. But she didn't look good." "What do you mean?" "She looked thin, quiet, like someone who's not well." Joy's hands shook as she ended the call. She phoned Jumoke immediately. "She's in Asaba. Ifeoma saw her." "Asaba?" Jumoke repeated, stunned. Not long, Joy got a call from Gloria's elder brother, Chooks. "Joy, please. Have you heard from Gloria?" he asked, voice strained. "We've been trying for weeks. My parents too. No reply, no calls. It's like she's disappeared." Joy's heart sank. "We haven't heard from her either," she said quietly. "We've tried everything." "When my parents called Jerry," he answered politely. Chucks continued. "He said Gloria isn't feeling too well, that she just needs some rest and will call us soon. But weeks have passed and nothing. And knowing Gloria, she would never go this long without calling. We're worried." Joy's hand trembled as she ended the call. She immediately called Jumoke. Her family can't reach her either. Jerry told them she's not feeling well and that she'll call soon. But it's been weeks. "That man knows exactly what he's doing," Jumoke said, fury rising. "He's cutting her off politely so no one can accuse him of anything." For the next few days after the call with Chooks, Jumoke and Joy could barely focus on their own lives. Jumoke still had catering orders lined up, clients to satisfy. Joy's office deadlines were looming, yet behind every task, every smile, every forced laugh, Gloria remained in their hearts. "I spoke to Chucks again," Joy told Jumoke one evening. "Their parents are so worried. They've been trying not to panic, but you know how it is if this continues. They might go public or call the police." "Which would only push Jerry to tighten his grip," Jumoke said grimly. "He's too smart for that. Right now he's managing them with polite lies." "Exactly. That's why we should go quietly. Not like a rescue mission, just two friends checking in." Jumoke sighed. "I've thought about it too. But we need to be smart about this. We both have work. If we disappear for too long, people will ask questions." "I can take 2 days off," Joy offered. "We go in, observe, try to reach her and come back." "All right," Jumoke agreed. "But we tell Chucks. If we go alone and something happens, at least he should know." When they called Chucks, he was silent for a long moment. "You girls are brave," he finally said. "I wish I could go myself, but with work and the kids, it's difficult right now. Please be careful. If you see her, tell her we love her." "We will," Jumoke promised. "We're not going there to fight Jerry. We just want to remind her she still has people who love her." The trip was heavy with emotion. As their bus rumbled toward Asaba, neither spoke much. They both stared out the window, lost in thought. "You know," Joy said quietly, "there's a chance we won't even get to see her." "I know," Jumoke replied. "But if we leave without trying, I'll never forgive myself." "Me too." 1 year ago, midnight. Deep in the forest, Obikpa Shrine. The forest was alive, but not with birds or animals. It was alive with whispers. Trees bent unnaturally, their branches twisted like claws. The ground was wet with old blood and ash. Strange symbols were carved into rocks along the narrow path. Jerry walked alone, barefoot, shaking with fear. At the heart of the forest stood the shrine, a small round hut, its walls made of blackened mud and bone. Red feathers and animal skulls hung from the roof, swaying with an unseen wind. A voice called from inside. "Enter." Jerry swallowed hard and stepped in. Smoke choked the air. The stench of blood and burnt herbs stung his eyes. In the center of the room sat Eze Nwosu, an ancient herbalist, his skin wrinkled like old leather, his eyes milky white. Beside him lay a giant calabash filled with dark liquid. A mound of red feathers and human bones surrounded it. "You seek wealth that never runs dry," the herbalist said, voice deep as thunder. "Yes," Jerry replied, bowing low. "I am ready." Eze Nwosu smiled a terrible smile. "You are not ready, but you will be. To hold such wealth, you must pay a price in blood, in spirit, in loyalty." "Anything," Jerry said quickly. "Tell me." The herbalist's smile widened. "You must marry a woman of pure heart, one untouched by greed or vanity. Her spirit must be strong. You will bind her soul to your wealth." Jerry's mouth went dry. "How?" "Each midnight, she will kneel before the calabash. Her spirit will become a vessel. Money will flow through her as long as the bond is maintained." "And if she tries to leave?" Eze Nwosu's eyes flashed red. "If she spends more than 5 days outside your presence, or tries to escape the bond, the charm will collapse. Your wealth will rot before your eyes. Madness will take you. You will beg for death." Jerry shivered, but greed burned stronger than fear. "I accept." "Good." The herbalist clapped twice. 2 masked acolytes emerged from the shadows, carrying a sharp dagger, a red wrapper, and a sacred calabash. "Kneel," Eze Nwosu commanded. Jerry knelt. The dagger sliced across his palm, blood dripping into the calabash. "Now, your blood has chosen this path." He wrapped Jerry in the red wrapper, tying 7 sacred knots. Then he chanted in a language Jerry could not understand. The air grew thick. The room began to spin. "You will find the woman. You will wed her. On the wedding night, you will bring her to the calabash. There, the final bond will be sealed." The fire in the room roared. "From that night forward, your wealth will flow through her. But remember, you must keep her close. Bind her heart with love and fear." Jerry's eyes burned. Sweat poured from his body. But in his mind, all he saw was the future cars, houses, endless riches. "I will do it," he whispered. The herbalist smiled one last time. "Then go, son of greed. Your fate is now sealed." The wedding had been grand lights, music, celebration. Gloria felt like a queen as she entered Jerry's house for the first time as his wife. "Welcome home, my queen," Jerry whispered, kissing her softly. She giggled, tipsy with champagne and love. "But before we rest," Jerry said gently, "there's one last thing we must do." "What is it?" Gloria asked, her eyes wide. "An old family cleansing ritual," Jerry replied smoothly. "My father taught me we perform it on the wedding night to bless the union and ensure endless wealth and happiness." Gloria smiled, touched. "How beautiful. What do I have to do?" "Very simple," Jerry said, already leading her toward a dimly lit room. Inside, the room was cold. In the center sat an old calabash filled with dark liquid. A red wrapper lay neatly folded beside it. Strange herbs burned in a small pot, releasing a bitter smoke. "Kneel here," Jerry instructed gently. Gloria obeyed. "Now tie this wrapper around your waist. It symbolizes unity and protection." She wrapped it carefully. "Place your hands on the calabash." She did. Jerry's voice dropped lower. "Close your eyes and repeat after me." She smiled again. "Okay." But what followed was no blessing. Jerry's words were in a language she didn't understand, dark, ancient, filled with power. Her breath caught as the air grew thick. Her body trembled. "Jerry, what is this?" she whispered, fear creeping in. "Shh. Almost done," he said softly. Suddenly, he pricked her finger with a hidden pin. Her blood dripped into the calabash. Jerry. But her body was already growing numb, her mind clouded. From this night forward, Jerry chanted, your spirit shall bind with this vessel. You shall serve as my conduit of wealth. You shall not leave this house. You shall not break the bond. Gloria tried to stand. Her legs refused to move. Her vision blurred. A deep voice echoed through her mind. You are chosen. You are bound. Morning. Gloria woke in bed, cold and confused. Last night, what happened? She asked weakly. Jerry smiled. You were tired. You fainted after the ritual. But don't worry, we are blessed now. She wanted to believe him. But deep inside, a darkness had settled, and from that night forward, every midnight, her body would rise on its own. The calabash would call, and Jerry's wealth would flow through her cursed spirit. Back to the present. That afternoon, sun beat down on the streets of Asaba. Jumok gripped the steering wheel, her knuckles white with tension. Joy sat beside her, silent, eyes fixed on the tall white gates before them. If not for Ifeoma, they would never have found this place. That's the house, Ifeoma had whispered earlier. Hillview Estate, very tight security. I hear nobody goes in or out unless Jerry says so. Now the two friends sat in a small rented car parked across the road, engine off, windows cracked open. They had been there for almost 3 hours. It looks like a fortress, Joy muttered, eyes scanning the compound. She was right. The white mansion towered behind high fences topped with razor wire. 4 armed guards rotated at the gate. CCTV cameras blinked coldly from every corner. From where they sat, they could see luxury cars, Jerry's signature black Range Rover gleaming in the driveway. But no sign of Gloria. How do we even reach her? Jumok whispered. Right now, we don't, Joy replied. We watch, we wait, we think. They both knew storming in wouldn't work. Jerry would never let them near her. We need another way, Jumok said. If we can just get word to her somehow, let her know we're here. They watched as a guard came out to smoke. Another shifted at the gate. A black SUV rolled in, then out again. The hours crawled. As night began to fall, the mansion lights flickered on, cold and bright. The friends exchanged a look. We can't do anything tonight, Jumok said finally. But tomorrow, we try again. Yes, Joy agreed. We don't give up. Not now, not ever. With heavy hearts, they started the car and drove away, but their eyes stayed locked on the house that had become their friend's prison. Jerry bought the house just before the wedding. Ifeoma had whispered earlier, moved Gloria in right after. Very tight security. But I've noticed, on Fridays, someone always goes out from the house to the market, usually the house help. An older woman, she comes out with a driver. If you can reach her, then maybe you can use her to get to Gloria. The next morning, the two friends barely slept. By 6:30 a.m., they were already parked outside Hillview Estate, eyes sharp, hearts pounding. Today is Friday, but none of them expected who they would see. Inside the small rented car, Jumok sipped coffee with trembling fingers. Joy sat forward, her gaze locked on the mansion's gates. If she comes out, I don't know if I can hold it together, Joy whispered. We stay smart, Jumok replied. We can't spook them. We watch first, no mistakes. Minutes turned into an hour. Guards change, shifts. A delivery van came and went. Then at exactly 7:47 a.m., the mansion's black gate slid open slowly. Joy gripped Jumok's arm. Look, a sleek black Lexus SUV rolled out of the compound. And there she was, Gloria, seated in the back seat, her eyes down, pale, thin. A large scarf covered her hair. Sunglasses masked her eyes, but even through the window, her emptiness was visible. Beside her sat a broad-shouldered bodyguard, stone-faced, eyes alert. Another housemaid followed behind, carrying empty market baskets. Oh my God, Joy whispered, tears filling her eyes. That's her. She looks like a ghost, Jumok said, voice breaking. Jesus, what has that man done to her? Without a word, Jumok started the car and began to follow, keeping distance. We must not be seen, Joy said quickly. Stay 2 cars behind. I know, Jumok replied, every muscle tense. The drive was slow, controlled. They trailed the SUV through winding Asaba streets past boutiques and banks until it turned into the bustling central market. They parked far across the street, blending into the morning crowd. From their vantage point, they watched. Gloria stepped out of the car slowly. Her movements were mechanical, as if each step required effort. The bodyguard hovered close, eyes scanning the crowd constantly. The maid followed quietly behind with baskets. The three of them moved through the market lanes, buying tomatoes, peppers, vegetables, all under silent tension. "She doesn't even see the world anymore," Joy whispered, a tear rolling down her cheek. "Look at her eyes," Jumoke said softly. "Our Gloria is trapped." She looked bewitched. They watched in agony as Gloria handed over money robotically, not speaking unless prompted. She looked like a woman carrying invisible chains. "We have to reach her," Jumoke said. Joy nodded, her heart pounding. "I'll do it. I'll slip a note in her bag. If we can't talk to her, at least she'll know we're here." "Are you sure?" "Yes," Joy said. "She needs to know she's not alone." In the crowded market, Joy moved with purpose, weaving between noisy shoppers and stalls, her eyes locked on Gloria's small group. She reached into her purse and pulled out a small, folded note. "Gloria, we miss our friendship. You don't look like yourself. Whatever is going on, please know we are here in Asaba. We came for you. We love you. We will not leave without you. Please, find a way to reach us via this number below. We're staying at Sunrise Hotel." Jumoke and Joy. At the edge of the meat stalls, Jumoke stormed toward a random butcher's stand. "You! Yes, you!" she shouted, drawing immediate attention. "That nonsense meat you sold me last week, it was bad. My whole family almost fell sick." "You call yourself a butcher," she yelled. Vendors and shoppers stopped to look. Voices rose. The guard standing near Gloria turned sharply, distracted by the commotion. Even Gloria glanced up, confused by the sudden shouting. Joy seized the moment. She moved swiftly through the distracted crowd, eyes locked on Gloria. As Gloria leaned slightly forward to inspect some tomatoes, her handbag hung loosely at her side. Now, Joy slid past a vendor, positioned herself behind Gloria, and in one fluid motion, slipped the folded note deep into the side pocket of the bag. Heart pounding, she turned and melted back into the crowd. Seconds later, the guard's attention snapped back, but too late. Jumoke, satisfied with her performance, huffed one final insult at the butcher and stormed off, then casually rejoined Joy down the street. They hurried back to the car. "It's done," Joy whispered breathlessly. "I got it in." Jumoke grinned slightly. "My shouting fit wasn't wasted after all." "Now we pray she reads it," Joy said, "and believes us." "She has to," Jumoke replied firmly, "for her life, inside the SUV." Gloria sat silently. Reaching into her bag for a tissue, her fingers brushed something unexpected. Slowly, she pulled out the folded paper. She opened it, her breath catching as her eyes scanned the words. Tears welled up in her eyes. For the first time in months, hope flickered inside her. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this.